Shiny Nikki lovers, we're back for part 5, Lily's Factory. Gallery 2, Water Lily's Factory. Somber tones, murky black water, lilies withered before blooming. Thick paint clings onto the canvas as if ready to drip. There must once have been beauty here, until asphalt poured down and smothered it. The lifeless scene is preserved forever. A dark-haired young man stands before it, smiling. He greets the newcomers with that same smile. Ooh. Oh, it's him. Rain. Hey, I knew you'd show up. What are you doing here? Oh, it's Mercury Group. Why? Because the Mercury Group is sponsoring the Monet exhibition, of course. Why are you everywhere? Are there no other corporations in Mirrorland? That's true. The young president looks unfazed by the complaint. I've never cared for classical art. I didn't grow up with this kind of culture. But this time, something caught my eye. Ooh. His gaze rests on the lone, pitch-black water lilies painting amongst the misty, beautiful works. Oh, yeah, it's because it's like you. High society's refined world needs something out of place. An unsettling misfit to disrupt it. If he likes it, he should just say so. He always pretends he's different. Yeah, it's giving edgy. Not different enough. If I painted it, I'd use real filth and asphalt. Since it's about bleak surroundings, dark times, and black-hearted capitalists. You're the real capitalist here, Rain. Rain, you sound like you know the story behind it. Ooh. I don't waste time on artists in a world. But you'd use actual asphalt on the painting. Someone like him lives off patrons while clinging to the title of an artist. That's true. In Hoffman's residence. Full of resentment and powerlessness towards harsh conditions, all they do is hide in art and grumble. Boring. Damn. Perhaps you're right, that artist can't resist directly. But what they express reaches countless people, and those people will drive change. Yeah, it's like social commentary in his paintings. That's why I find it fascinating. Nikki, you're so kind. Rain only shrugs. He doesn't care. That sounds exactly like something you'd say. Well, I do know a little story about this exhibition site. So you lied. Back when Apple's industry was shifting from infancy to into maturity, there was a factory owner named Hoffman. He made a fortune here, even as people fell ill from the water pollution his factory had caused. But he never faced consequences, but his greed drove reckless expansion until he collapsed in capitalism's tide. In the end, Mercury Group acquired his factory. Oh, you have it now. But what about Hoffman? He killed himself. Well, he did catch up to him. Reportedly, his body wasn't found for 3 days, caught on the filter of a new water treatment plant downstream. Ha! What a troublesome piece of bulk garbage. Wow, that's pretty gory for Nikki. The Nikki franchise. Yeah, that's way too dark. Need I remind you, we're living in a hell far worse than that. Wow, what edgelord in Nikki? The apocalypse may be over, but the crisis rise and fall like waves. Anyone lulled by temporary peace will only meet a harsher fate. This is so pessimistic. Those who ride progress yet refuse to adapt will be fooled by fleeting prosperity and wither like water lilies in a painting. Yeah, a bit ironic because we got one. I didn't expect you to be a pessimist. Then, is Mercury Group still developing designer's reflection as a safeguard? Do I seem that benevolent to you? Wow. Now that everyone's styling power has grown, it's time for new games, like selecting ability users and having them fight in a battle royale. That sounds pretty Hunger Gamey. What? You just want to watch the world burn? Yeah, Momo, I agree. Competition, survival. Aren't you and Saviour doing the same thing in Wintermount? Wintermount. Nikki doesn't take the bait. She simply smiles. Yeah, Nikki, you're better than me. But you haven't organised any battle royale. Instead, you generously sponsored our tea party. ... Let's get back to the earlier story. Does he really have no qualms about ignoring people and changing the subject? That's true. Nonsense. I just remembered the former president of the group also did some generous sponsoring. After Hoffman's factory was dismantled, Mercury Group spent a fortune on cleanup and workers' resettlement, practically charity. Okay, that's good. Poor workers. After the factory had moved, the land was sold for a fortune. Mercury became filthy rich through a real estate. He knew how to spot an opportunity. How is that charity? You're no different from Hoffman, just finding new ways to make more money. Aw, little Momo. Nothing wrong with making money. Artists vent through that art. Workers suffer in silence, but unscrupulous capitalists, they get eaten by bigger ones. Rain looks away, bored, stretching lazily. You should be grateful for people like us, fighting in this dog-eat-dog world. Even if tomorrow is worse, pushing forward beats standing still. Wow. Biologist. Mercer first saw an elf by the Jade River in Rosette. He had grown up along its banks, walking there daily. Even as the water turned from jade green to murky, he never stopped. As the river lost its colour, the crowds and waterfall vanished, and weeds crept along the footpath. One day he saw a beautiful elf by the river. Bro, Aloysius is just making the rounds. Myr couldn't even recall his clothes, only those emerald eyes fixed on the water. Everyone's fallen in love with the elf, bro, and the water lilies wilting on its surface. Hello? Perhaps the walks have grown too lonely. Even Myr, usually quiet, finds himself greeting a stranger. The elf glances at him, neither warm nor cold. Somehow, that alone encourages Myr to continue. You don't seem to be from Rosette. Where are you from? I'm from Pigeon. Puh, Rosette. From Pigeon Capital? That's far. No, I'm from Pigeon Forest. It's gone now. Pigeon Forest? A switch flipped. Myr's eyes light up, and his voice grows cheerful. The legendary homeland of all living creatures. Oh my goodness, I've never met an elf from Pigeon Forest. I know elves originally came from there, but haven't they all moved to the cities? A shadow flickers in the elf's eyes, though without anger. After a brief pause, he refutes. No, some elves still live in the forest. I knew it! Research says elves fully migrated, but I always believe some stayed. It's their birthplace. I don't know, why are you so in-depth into this? Pigeon Forest is my dream, every biologist's dream, but humans rarely get permission to explore it. It's sacred ground. Yeah, I think there's a reason why you're not allowed to go in. May I ask, are little tree spirits the juvenile form of wood elves? Any genetic similarity? Little tree spirits are little tree spirits. Yeah, yeah, what do you think they are? They're just tree spirits. Then, are flower fairies common? Research say they appear with shroomies. No, flower fairies prefer wind elves. So you're wrong. Then, wind elves? Stop asking questions. His knowledge is full of gaps, and his questions never end. Alice answers some, ignores others, but never dampens the young man's enthusiasm. Aloysius is a better person than me, I'd say. Shh. I'm so sorry for bombarding you. I got carried away. You just arrived in Rosette. Anything you'd like to know? I've lived here all my life. I know every canal and tree. Ooh, okay, at least he's being useful. The elf lowers his head and responds with silence. Sorry. Maybe you're not interested. It's all factories now, but it used to be. Why are these water lilies wilting? Wait, what? The biologist doesn't hear every word, but following the elf's gaze, he looks towards the water lilies. Water should give them life, but this water drains it. I feel it. It's because of the factories. Look, the chemical plant across the river has been dumping wastewater and fumes non-stop. You mean those black clouds? Yes, those clouds and those waters are killing the lilies. But the plants will be shut down soon. Oh yeah, okay. The biologist looks at the blackened sky with confidence. I've been researching Jade River pollution. My data matches my hypothesis, and my paper will be published soon. So is it actually going to be shut down, or are you planning to shut it down? I also have a talented reporter friend, and she runs a series of articles on this. It's a shame we can't get first-hand data from Hoffman's factory. We could sway public opinion even more. Okay, so they're trying to get it shut down. Some environmentalists in the council are pushing legislation, but we don't have enough influence yet. Oh, so they're trying to save the environment. The elf listens quietly, glancing between the young man and the dying river. You're a human, and you care about the river? Probably they have to live with it. Of course, this is my hometown. The biologist says without hesitation. Hometown. The elf turns the word over in his mind. It's light and heavy at once, like an autumn leaf. He nods. Oh, he understands because of the Pigeon Forest. 3 months later, Myr's laboratory. Oh, he's just been to Hoffman's factory. Maybe he was an insider trying to get inside data. Here are the files on the Hoffman factory. I was right. Mira takes the thin stack from the elf, hands trembling. This is wonderful, Green. Yeah, he was like the elf, and he's like a noble. But oh my god, with this data we have irrefutable proof of pollution harming the river, the air, and the residents' health. I'll add it to my thesis. No, I'll analyze it first and send it to my reporter friend. This will draw huge attention. Hoffman's bribed councillors won't matter. Ha ha. The elf stands quietly, just as he did when they first met, listening to the biologist's excited torrent of words. This time, a faint smile reaches in his eyes. He helped him. I'm happy for the Jade River too, Mia. Green, you're amazing. That suit really fooled Hoffman. I was terrified you'd give yourself away among those capitalists. the forest elf. Their minds are foolish, but I can see their thoughts. They were easy to handle. Ooh. Burn. Mia steps back, studying the elf, and sighs with both admiration and regret. Everyone can tell you're no ordinary elf. Anyway, thank you, Green. I just hope the Jade River can return to what it was what once was. I can see what it used to look like, gleaming like an emerald, like your eyes. Soon, everyone will see it too. Oh, how's your memory recovery? You only remembered Pigeon Forest before. Anything new? Oh, so he's lost his memory. Okay. And do you still fall into sudden deep sleep? Damn, that would have been really bad if he had gone to Hoffman's factory and got knocked out. I feel much better now. I no longer collapse like before, but sometimes I dream for a long time about my days in Pigeon Forest. What kind of dreams? The elf thinks for a moment, then slowly shakes his head. A warm, nostalgic light softens his emerald eyes. I can't quite remember. They must be from long, long ago. Beautiful dreams. Oh, he's probably old. Once I finish my paper, I'm going to sleep like a log. I've pulled so many all-nighters on for this research. Yes, Mira, you can do it. Who knows, maybe when I wake up the Jade River will look the way it did when I was a kid. Aww. This story is so long, let's do part 7, Jade River. Beside the exhibition hall flows the Jade River. True to its name, the clear water shimmers green under the sun. To complement the water lily exhibition, countless lilies have been temporarily planted across it. Among petals, leaves, and rippling light, a figure with long golden hair and pointed elf ears comes into view. Is it Ophelia or the elf? Hestia, with Explorer 39 at her side. I never expected a Hestia to come to the exhibition. Yeah, who is this? Even scientists get time off. Long time no see, Nikki Akahira reader. Two different people. I've never been much interested in art, unlike... Hestia pauses and glances at the emerald waters. Compared to paintings, I prefer this Jade River, but Explorer 39 loves water lilies. He was the one who suggested coming. Are androids drawn to Monet's style? The android, quiet until now, offers a polite smile. I understand painting styles theoretically, but my emotional module still struggles to resonate with most art. Excuse me, I thought it was going to be a little robot, not a full-blown man. The android turns to Hestia. I wanted to see the water lilies because Vincent and Tia met in college because of this painting. Ooh, it's got history. A flick of surprise crosses Hestia's face, though Explorer 39 seems unbothered. But seeing it in person feels different. As Explorer 39, I've come to love water lilies. Oh, so you do like them. The brushstrokes look simple, yet their emotion surpasses even the most beautiful real lilies. No android in Sunset City could replicate that. I don't understand the principles, but I can sense the beauty. Humans are remarkable, capable of creating such things. I really like that, because he's an android, so he's like seeing the human emotion in the thing that he can't have. I think it's because the world's understood through feelings, and the world understood through data are fundamentally different. That's what I said, Nikki, thank you. Humans start with nothing, no knowledge, no awareness. Through sensations, they learn this world through their own eyes, nose, and skin. Yeah, but not you and Explorer 39. Feelings aren't precise like data. They shift with circumstance. Each painting captures a moment's most vivid, irreplaceable sensation. That's why the forum's called Moments. Human feelings seem simple, yet they are endlessly complex. No amount of combination of data can recreate that beauty. Thank you. It's a pity. No. Explorer 39, there's no need to feel inferior. Though his Though her words are meant to encourage, Hestia's tone is calm and firm, almost motherly. Androids and humans are different by design. Glow and I never intended to create human copies. Androids have their own identities, their way of sensing and creating beauty, and their unique civilization. That's why the AI ocean of memories is different. You have a separate ocean of memories, but for AIs? Difference creates possibility. It seems Ruin's salvation plan is progressing well. There's no foolproof experiment for salvation. You need different control groups. Oh, so they're experimenting. But I'm certain this is a great project. Glow and I are eager to see the results. Your conviction never wavers, Hestia. Sometimes I envy that certainty. Quietly. Oh, okay, Momo's here. Though sometimes it borders on coldness. Maybe that's the price of success. Momo and these jabs. Is that so? As for me, I've been failing all along. There's so many elves. She gazes at the river, and the past emerges with her soft murmurs. Oh, is she old enough to remember? Mercury Corp freed me from captivity. I travelled through Apple for a while. Pigeon's reforms were nearly destroyed by August, but the seeds of technology survived in Apple, where they took root. Is that a thing? Is that a good thing? Technology brought revolution, but also war and pollution. This Jade River once flowed through the industrial core. Pollution stripped it of its colour. Many scientists tried to restore it, but all failed. Not all research bears fruit, and not all results are seen or applied. Research rarely stays pure. It gets influenced, destroyed, or buried. Some are born in dark times, and seeing answers can cost them their lives. The Jade River flows on, its green waves carrying years of darkness and light. But even in failure, we must press on. Why is Nikki's water war-torn? Hestia suddenly turns to face Explorer 39. Solemn. Explorer 39, cherish your feelings, you don't have them. They are a precious scientific achievement, years of work, and the cornerstone of the salvation plan. Oh, I want to know more. Just as an artist hopes their work endures, I hope you can live freely under the sun and find your own happiness, Explorer 39. So whether you're feeling or creating, take it slow. A brief smile touches Hestia's lips, strangely familiar to Explorer 39. As he tries to recall whether he's seen it, a warm, stirring sensation rises in his chest. They've got the most android-like person teaching the android feelings. He realizes it is his heart, burning. Back for part 8, Reporter Lady. It was at the biologist's funeral, he's dead, that Anna first laid eyes on the elf her friend had spoken of. Oh, okay. Golden hair, pointed ears, standing apart from the crowd like a newborn leaf in a spring or a fresh snowflake in winter. Hello, you must be green, and you live really long. The elf glances at the human who approached him, silent, as he always was. Myr should have mentioned me. I'm his reporter friend. We're both deeply grateful for the information you gave him. I know it wasn't easy to obtain. And please, don't blame yourself. Myr didn't die because of that. Hoffman's people had been watching him for a long time. Yeah, because he was rebelling. Wait, so did he get offed? I should have known they'd make a move. He died? No guilt shows on the elf's face, not even sadness. He watches the grieving crowd from a distance and speaks evenly. I went to the scene of his death. He couldn't have stopped breathing too long before that. It was where we first met, by the Jade River. Water lilies used to bloom there. The elf shows no discomfort at the mention of death. He tilts his head slightly, as if recalling a distant memory. Damn, yeah, because he's on a different timeline. Hoffman's people killed him. I can't believe there's so much death and gore in Nikki. I could smell it in his wounds. The same stench as a factory. Filthy. Filthy, filthy, filthy. Could this be used as evidence? Probably. An assassination. His emerald eyes locked onto the reporter, utterly serious. No, I'm sorry. This age demands scientific proof. Scientific? Yeah, the elf probably doesn't get that. Alois repeats the words, as if unfamiliar with it. Yeah, old fart. We don't have to lose hope. Myr's work wasn't in vain. He sent me his findings a few days ago. I didn't write a paper, but my article stirred public opinion and pushed environmental lawmakers to draft new legislation. Okay, so they have stirred something. I believe Hoffman's factory will be shut down soon. Yeah, after he got killed. Light returns to her eyes as she speaks, using hope to clip away at grief. They must have been foreshadowing it, like some people lose their lives. Once Hoffman falls, we'll find the evidence to prove they murdered Mir. Is this how humans seek revenge? She pauses, surprised to hear such words from someone so seemingly pure. After a moment, she answers earnestly. Yes, this is a form of revenge human society has developed, civilized, bringing the most happiness while causing the least harm. Is that justice? I believe it is the system. I believe in this system. I believe it can bring fairness and well-being to everyone, except for Mir because he's dead and assassinated, but whatever. People, animals, flowers, and rivers alike. Oh, it's so sad. I can't believe they actually killed him. The reporter was not lying. Soon after environmental lawmakers drafted the Air and Water Management Act, it passed with majority support. Oh my god. But Mir's dead. I'm sorry, I can't get past this. It imposed strict emission standards and pollution controls, raising labour costs and even forcing some factories to close. The act was repealed 2 weeks after taking effect. Huh? Wait, why was it repealed?